Okay, how is serialization implemented?
This is one of your favorites.
Basically, what is serialization?
Yeah, let's start with that.
Serialization is the idea of taking an object, something that's big, or I don't know. Let's look at
Something that exists in memory.
yeah, and then basically giving it to anybody and anyone out on. The idea is, I guess, you can give it to really different code or whatever else. You're basically turning it into a gigantic string.
You're taking it out of memory.
Okay.
And converting it into
a string of some sort to be passed around.
It doesn't even have to be a string, but I can't think of an example where it isn't. But you're converting it into a byte array or something like that. You're converting it into a standard format that you can share.
Yeah, that's a better way of saying it, yeah.
Because an object in memory has references and data pointers and all kinds of muddy things that we can't
types and strongly typed. But it might go to something that doesn't have types or, all kinds of different things.
Yeah, and then there's all different kinds of serializers that have all different kinds of rules. Some of them pass along a lot of that strongly typed information. A lot of times it's JSON, which only has a very small number of data types. But yeah, the idea is that we're taking it out of memory and we're putting it into a shareable format.
So here is an API. This is basically, I just started this from scratch. And this is the one that actually came with it. So, and then I played this, and let's see, I have some stuff behind here. This is actually hitting it, and here is this data that's giving back this. Now, this isn't real data. I think they're just faking this out, right? Oh, yeah, they're definitely.
They're definitely
now
faking
looking
it out.
at it, they're just randomizing it. But here is an idea of some serialized data. So normally this would be an object of weather forecast, right? But they've serialized it into this string. And now this string, we can take this and unserialize it into something else, maybe in a different language or something, But do you have any other examples of how to move it around outside of, serialization inside, I guess?
123 degrees Fahrenheit. I surely hope that's a random number.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of different...
It's called sweltering.
There's a lot of different technologies that used to be used to pass it around, like remoting and things like that. Anymore, it's really, when we serialize something, we might be serializing it just to save it to a disk.
Yeah. Or
even store in a database. If we want to serialize an object that we want to retrieve later, we can just throw it into a database in a text field, pull it back later. But anymore, most when we talk about serialization, usually we're transmitting it over HTTP. We can technically transfer it over any protocol we want. We could do raw TCP or something like that. But anymore, that's kind of the standard workhorse.
The majority I use it for is, like, say, Angular hits an API and takes that takes the data back, and then and it gets that serialization. But having microservices and maybe having one API call another API, it serializes it through, and later on you can change that API to a different language, and it doesn't matter because there's nothing coupling those two together because it's all through, JSON or something else.
Yeah, I'd say the most common serializers that you see are the XML serializer, the JSON serializer, which anymore, the Microsoft JSON serializer, you don't see near as much. Newtonsoft seems to have
taken over.
Every now and then you still see. Actually, this is using it out of the box. It's using the Microsoft serializer. Of
course it is.
But
yeah.
But yeah, those are the main two serializers that you see. But anytime if you just had an array of integers and you just put them in a string, integer, comma, integer, comma, integer, comma, integer, comma, integer, and put it in a string, that's still serialized value, even though it's not using a formal serializer.
Yeah.
So anytime you can put something in a format like that is serialization.
Thank you for watching that video from F12 Programming. Please remember to like and subscribe. That does so much for us in the ratings. You have no idea. Also, don't forget to comment below. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck coding.